Well, this is a pleasant way to start the morning. Good times. Hello, adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, my tires are appearing to be low this morning, and well, even though it says check tire pressure, I know the reason why it is. It's because I woke up and it was 32 degrees. And anytime that it's super cold, the tire pressure gauge comes on until I move down the road just a little bit to warm it up. So, as you can imagine, it's been an interesting day on this first snap of cold this season. In fact, I woke up this morning and it took me a while to pry myself outside of my bed because it was just so cozy under my covers. Now, a lot of times you guys have asked me how I stay warm during these times, and I've gone into some detail on some previous videos. But realistically, once you get warm, it's super hard to convince yourself to get out from under the covers when you're toasty. So today I thought I would motivate myself a little bit by also doing something kind of fun for the holiday season. I have heard that McDonald's has their McDonald's Happy Meal buckets back, and they're supposed to have an adult Happy Meal also. So I thought, why not go check that out? Now, I always tell you guys, it doesn't have to be the craziest of adventures to have a good adventure day. But at the same time, you can do things in your backyard that are just fun. And I have a few reasons why I want to do this specific thing, but before we do, I have to take down my window shade in the front and get on the road. Now, a lot of you have asked me time and time again what kind of window shade that I use in the front, and I just picked up one of these that's black on one side, silver on the other side from Walmart. This is just like the Dickies brand, and it works pretty well for my NV200. Now, depending on what size van that you have, this may or may not work, but they do have some other sizes. But I've talked a lot about my other window shades, which are these, the little magnetic ones. And, you know, a lot of you guys have picked these up and really have been enjoying them, but have frequently, again, asked what I use in the front. And it's just one of these, guys. There's nothing that I found so special yet for the NV200 that actually fits in perfectly. So that's the closest thing I have. But now that we have all that packed up, it's time for us to go. Sunglasses are always a must. And we're set. Now, something that has always been fun for me is celebrating various seasons, whether it is celebrating Christmas with my family or celebrating Thanksgiving again with my family. But a lot of times Halloween has always been one of those that's just like a fun, silly thing. And so I mostly celebrate it with friends. This year I'm going to be traveling by myself. So I thought this year treat myself to something familiar. And this year they have brought back these Happy Meals. And so I am so excited. I remember picking these up when I was a kid, and it was such a treat because at the time McDonald's wasn't something that you could just go to as your daily go-to kind of place. It was actually like a big deal to go and get these. So now that, you know, there's a McDonald's on every corner and we go there all the time, it's not such a big deal. Or is it? They want to bring back the nostalgia, and I am for it. I'm so for it. So today's van life video is going to be about finding comforting things that make you happy. I think that we all need to do that, whether it is a Happy Meal that reminds you of your childhood or something else like a location that you go to. Find the nostalgia, find something that matters, and do it unapologetically. Dress up in your best warmy clothes for the day and come with me. Let's go. You can see in front of us the campsite that we're staying at, and yeah, now we're gonna back up and get up out of here. We'll be back in a little while, campground. Now, realistically, I'm also gonna go get some gas because I'm gonna need to run my van just a little bit to get it nice and cozy in here tonight. And I wanna make sure that I have plenty of fuel just in case. I think that's one of the most important things that you can do is always leave your tank topped off just in case. And so I'm gonna be doing that, and then we're gonna be picking this up. But really, down to the meat and potatoes of this, how many times have you noticed that you go to a place because you went there when you were a kid? I know I do it all the time. And I have a lot of other places that I always wanted to go when I was a kid, but we never got to go. So I'm slowly checking those off my bucket list. And that's the greatest thing about traveling the way that I do, is I can do it in a more economical way. But every so often there's something that doesn't cost an arm and a leg that just pops up, like this McDonald's Happy Meal. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. In fact, one of the things that inspired me to start traveling was the fact that when I was a kid, we used to travel kind of a lot. my dad would make sure that we had a good vacation every year where we would go somewhere fun. And he also had a big video camera that he would film like everything. So I would like to think that what I do now is an extension of what I kind of grew up knowing. And as a result of that, I would like to think that now I'm sharing things with you guys so you can take these experiences and then share them with someone else, and it can just continue to be this really big ripple. Meanwhile, this is a great departure from the camp, just so I can get out, stretch my legs, and do something kind of interesting that doesn't require a whole lot of energy because it is still very cold. Now, I will say this, in the van itself, it has gotten up to 55 degrees, which is starting to be quite comfortable. But when I woke up this morning, it was 32 degrees. In fact, realistically, probably shouldn't be wearing my beanie in the van while we're going down the road because, well, someone once told me that if you wear a hat inside, it's not as effective when you go back outside. So, beanies on the front, and onward we go. Okay, you can probably see this. I'm at the McDonald's, and there is a Christmas wreath out already. Yeah, it's a little early for that, guys, especially considering the Halloween buckets just released today. You know, we said we were going on an adventure, so we're going on an adventure through all of the holidays, apparently. Oh my goodness. I know that it's important for them to start marketing things in advance. Who else? And in the comments, show a hand emoji if you can, or just validate my thoughts here, please. Who else is annoyed whenever they start putting out Christmas before Halloween is even finished? But also, who gets annoyed that Valentine's comes out before Christmas is even over? Me. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday on earth, but I don't think that I need to be seeing the outward decorations outside, like in the public spaces, until at least the day after Halloween. Now, I do understand that in a lot of places that have like themed things, it takes a while to put stuff out. So that makes sense. But at the same time, you don't have to put out the poinsettias and snowmen. Just put up the lights, leave them turned off, and then literally at midnight on Halloween, you can totally turn them on, and that's perfectly fine. But I feel like sometimes we just try to rush through things instead of just living in the moments, and that's just a reflection of that. Well, we're going in for this one. We're going in to see if they have this bucket. I will say, after seeing the little decoration, I am not optimistic though, because there is another one right here. Ooh, guys, look. They do have the buckets. So I went ahead and ordered a Happy Meal. They don't have the adult Happy Meals here, but they have the regular ones. And I kind of upsized it a little bit so that it would more meet my needs. Okay, I've been really into sweet tea lately, so I got some sweet tea. Let's talk about the price point here. I got the regular Happy Meal, and then I did go ahead and upgrade it to the medium Coke. So it was a grand total of $5.19. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. Now, I remember the first time that I got a Happy Meal that was like themed, and it was just so fun. And I remember I used to play with all of those little figurines like nonstop. So to know that they have brought this back for me as an experience is delightful. Now, I was kind of looking forward to getting the adult Happy Meal also, but they don't have them. And the woman here said that they actually oversold because there were so many people just like myself who were excited to get them. So they're waiting for a restock. And she did say that the main difference was just in the portion size of like the nuggets, for example. And so I'm not missing out too much on not having the adult Happy Meal, just a little bit more food, but it was like $3 more for just a little bit more food. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Oh my goodness, there was success. And I just found out that they get a new bucket every week. And this particular store gets their shipments on Mondays. So if you want to get one of these and you want to collect all of them, you can, just by asking your local McDonald's what day they get their shipments. I'm so excited. This is so happy. Now, I feel as though this is rather true to form as to what it was. It might have been a little bit bigger whenever I was younger, or it could have been that I was younger and I didn't think it was as small as it is. But anyway, let's find out what all is inside of our little ghost bucket. He's so cute. Dimples has a twin now. Okay, first, the little handle has a little pumpkin top on it, which is super cute. And then inside, there's this thing that's like a little cover, but it has these little skeletons on it, which are so cute. They're basically like little paper dolls. And then they have stickers on this side. And it says that we can dress up the skeletons, which is just really fun. And I like that a lot. Now, inside, I don't see a toy though. So this is the new McDonald's toy? Come on, guys. Kids want to have things they can play with more. And even though I could play with this for a little bit, that would take away the fun after a bit. And again, those memories that I have are of collecting all of those random McNuggets and the random Ronald McDonald and Friends and all of the crazy other things that they used to promote, like all of the Disney stuff. And then I would play with those and kind of interconnect them and have this play village. This is not that. This is cute, but it's not that. So inside, it's pretty basic. I have the fries and the nuggets here. I got some sweet and sour sauce. So all in all, this is a pretty decent little meal, but yeah, no toy to bring me joy. That's okay. That's okay. I actually am going to be able to use this bucket for a few things in the van for the time being. So for those of you who are like, now you just got something hanging out in your van, I actually have something I can put in this. And this is gonna be perfect. But I am so excited. Now I'm gonna go to a beautiful place, eat my food, and you guys are coming with me for that too. We're just gonna make this day that otherwise would be chilly and kind of uncomfortable into something super fun. But first, of course, we gotta get some gas. Okay, well, we put the gas in, we're good to go, but it's still cold and the check tire pressure is still on. Now, something though, I did go ahead and go around the van earlier and make sure the tires weren't crazy low. So no one freak out, no one freak out. But that is one of the things that you kind of have to adjust to as you're traveling. Your travel rig will do different things as you're kind of going through different temperatures. And one of the things I've learned about mine is that on days like today, it takes it a bit for that registry light to go off. And usually by the time that it does, it's pretty warm in the day, or I've been driving for a little bit. And so I always make sure that whenever I wake up, I just go ahead and check to make sure I don't have anything looking kind of crazy. And so that way I can put my mind at ease. And I found that by doing that, it reduces the amount of times that I have to get my little air pump out and unnecessarily inflate my tires only for later in the day for them to have another tire pressure warning saying I have too much air. So there's that. But with this said, let's go. We can do this. Let's go find a cool place to eat. Now, the interesting thing about it is during van life, there's gonna be days like this. There are just normal days. You're just in a van instead of a house. And because of that, you have to kind of adapt and figure out what you're gonna do. And on cold days, it is hard to get motivated, just like it is in a house. And so I find that on days like today, I take it a little bit more slow and I treat myself to being kind a little bit, because otherwise I'm gonna beat myself up over the fact that I haven't got anything accomplished today. And it's literally because I'm just moving in slow motion because it is cold outside. Typically on days like this, I create like an office day or a reason to be inside. I was thinking about going to a museum today, but also having a little bit of drainage and stuff like that, I don't feel like I want to take on heavy subject matter. So instead I decided that today was going to be a day for doing something like this, and that's okay. I think that one of the things that I've learned from being a nomad for almost 6 years now is that every day cannot be a crazy, wild, go, go, go adventure day. Some days I do have to like take a step back. Some days I do have to just chill. Some days I do have to have a silly day where I take myself on my own little adventure date to McDonald's and pick up something that brings joy to me. And I think that that's okay. I do videos like this so you guys can see that it's not just always those beautiful views, even though I do find many of those. Sometimes those beautiful views take a little bit of driving. Sometimes those beautiful views aren't happening every single day. Sometimes there's Walmart parking lots, and sometimes there's Cracker Barrels. And along the way, all of those things are just part of the bigger picture. But today, I hope today's video shows you guys that it's okay to wake up, take your time, treat yourself, and go down memory lane and just do something that is sheerly for you. Okay guys, we're almost to the location. I have a spot that I really enjoy. It's nice and peaceful, but we got to get there first. Now, this is not the site we're going to be eating, but I love this site, so I always come and check it out just to see what it's looking like. Last time I was here, they had the floodgates open and you could see just waterfalls of craziness going on, but right now it looks pretty tame. See, this is it right here. Just a chill spot. And over there you can see there's a big hotel. These are the floodgates. And down below is where the water comes out. And we're actually gonna go get closer to that down below. It's hard to see with the trees. Again, today is about treating ourselves, doing something we enjoy doing, and finding something that makes us happy. So, a nice, comfortable place to eat our food? Absolutely. This should also show you the realities of van life in that sometimes you have to drive to get those pretty views because you don't just wake up to them all the time. Even though you guys saw where I woke up and it was beautiful, it definitely was not the view I'm gonna show you in just a minute. Okay, as you can see, I have made it to this trailhead. That the trail is actually closed right now, but this is a nice parking area and we have our Happy Meal. I'm gonna leave my drink in the van for now, but we're gonna go down this path right here to our beautiful view. Now it did get a little bit warmer, so I don't have a hat on. With that, we have crazy air and it's fine. I'm keeping my layers on though, because in the shade it's pretty chilly still. And so now we're getting out and we're stretching our legs a little bit, because on a cold day, the best thing you can do is do a little bit of movement just to make sure your joints don't get really cramped up and sore in a tiny space. Van life is great, but it also has its disadvantages, and space is definitely one of them. So, exploring the outdoors with my Halloween bucket. Oh no, guys, I see something that might derail our plan a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, there's this sign. I don't recall this sign being here last time, but last time I was here, they did have this area closed, but it looks like it's okay just right up here. Now this area that we're in is actually used pretty heavily by fishermen, and I have seen some out here in the last couple days, so I know it's pretty safe, but it's always good to like keep your head on a swivel, be vigilant, read all the signs. So that's what we're doing. See guys, there's the beautiful view. Sometimes you just have to work for it a little bit. So it's time to eat, and maybe put my hood back on because it's getting cold again. Yeah, this is perfect though. In fact, since the water's down right now, this gave me some really unique perspective of this area that I've been to a bunch of times. But now it's time to eat, and woo. Okay, I am back in the van. I'm gonna dispose of the trash inside whenever I get back to camp, but the bucket is staying up front for the stuff that I need. But now it's time. Yeah, this is our toy, so I'm gonna live my best life with it. It's basically like scrapbooking. So let's do this. It gives you an example as to what they're supposed to look like. So why not? You know, little things like this honestly keep you feeling young and happy. And so why not indulge yourself sometimes and just enjoy it? Ooh, spooky ghost man. Guys, stuff like this really does just bring me a lot of joy. And on a day where I was pretty much struggling because it was hard to get up today, and on a day where I was thinking that we weren't going to accomplish much, look at us. We have made it. We have gone on a short walk. We went to town. We are doing arts and crafts. What? And ultimately, this is the way I'm going to spend my day, just doing silly things like this. But you know what those silly things do? They keep you sharp. They keep you happy. They keep you motivated. And as you're doing them, you start to realize that life is not the big scary thing that you made it out to be at the beginning of the day when you didn't want to crawl out of bed. In fact, it's a lot more fun than that. And because of that, you know, it motivates you to start planning your next adventures. I finished it. And although, again, this seems absolutely silly, by doing this guy here, it made me think just a little bit about something that I want to do in the future. Have you guys ever played pirate golf? Arrgh! Definitely going to have to play some pirate golf because this motivated me to get my pirate on with all my silly little args and gar and yars. And so who would have thought that getting a Happy Meal at McDonald's just to kind of walk down memory lane would inspire something that you guys will now be seeing me do on the channel in the future. So it just goes to show that sometimes the smallest of adventures can ripple out and make a difference into something in the future. And so now I just have to call up one of my adventure pals and say, hey friend, do you want to do some pirate golf? If you have enjoyed coming with me today and just taking a little time out for ourselves and doing something kind of a little bit different and fun while also still going on an adventure in Dimples here, make sure that you leave a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and tell me, do you think pirate golf is a good idea in the comments below? I just think it'd be super, super fun. So definitely I want to share this with you. Remember guys, we're not here for a long time, but we are here for a good time. And today was definitely that. It was refreshing, it was fun, and I had a tasty something special that took me right on down through memory lane to boot. Until next time guys, bye.